Or if you're online, you can also go to kahoot.it. Here's the link here, kahoot.it, and then sign in with the phone or the number. And if you're wanting to get support, you can actually pair up, because this is partner presentation. So if you have a partner to help and play the game, that's cool. If you're digitally challenged, phone a friend.
See Green Bay up there.
We're Dragon Slayer.
Okay. We're starting to get participants. You can see, make your Seahawks. Otto. We know who Otto is. Jagger J, Pac-Man, Bear.
Quick default.
Hey, what dude?
Okay, good afternoon. We're going to try and start on time here, so we'll do questions and answers at the end. This is Todd, Wurl, Regional Director, Central Washington Employment Security Department, here to talk about how to partner with outside agencies. So,
obviously, we're going to play a little Kahoot. It will be competitive. So,
Ish, you can't play because he gets really mean. Oh my God, you don't even know. Isn't it so? Everything's about winning. Okay, we have 27 participants. Those of you who are coming in late, we're about to get started with a fun game. Log in to Kahoot through kahoot.it or use your QR code on your phone. One more minute and we'll get started. And no cheating on your cell phone about veterans trivia, because you know. Cheating. Because Ish will be there screaming, "You cheated!" Okay, rules of the game. When we start, you'll have a brief introduction to the question. Then the options will come later, and they are color-coded. So if you want A, it'll have a certain color, B, C, and D. Everyone has 4 options. There's only one true answer. Some of them are a little tricky because I put in a few things that you may not understand, or you may think, oh, I missed that word in the question. So you select the color and that of the corresponding letter, A, B, C, or D. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay, we're gonna get started. So after we go to the question, you will have 20 seconds to read and answer. It'll give us a countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you don't answer by that time, then you are no-go for that question. Okay? We have 32 participants. We're going to get started. So the first question. What is the only U.S. state that can be typed using one row of a standard keyboard? Ohio, Mississippi, Idaho, or Alaska? We have 11 seconds. Ohio, Mississippi, Alaska, Idaho. It's Alaska. We have 12 winners on that. Let's see who's got the top on the first question. Oh, they didn't. Next question, they're going to give it to me. Okay, how many consecutive days at sea are needed to earn a beer day?
Pretty sure it's 55.
45 consecutive days at sea, 55 consecutive days, 60 consecutive days, or 70 consecutive days?
I won't tell you.
Beer day.
That's a thing.
3 seconds, 2, 1. Oh. It's 45 consecutive days. We have 15 people.
Kevin,
Here we go, next question. What is a P-38? What is a P-38? Aircraft, artillery round, can opener, or take? No TA. 4 seconds.
Yeah.
It is a can opener. You can thank Bruce Davis for some of these questions. Here we go.
Yeah.
Next question.
That's like
What is the official name of the drill sergeant's hat? Is it a round brown, campaign hat, boonie hat, artillery round? What's the name of the hat?
Booty hat.
I did. I tried. It's a campaign hat.
Yeah.
10 people got that right. They're so smart. Okay. Here we go. What is the last branch to have an official song? We're not, this is pre-Star Wars. National Guard, Marines, Army, or Air Force?
See there.
Because you were all those.
See what they split off. Oh.
It is the Army. 13 people. Here we go. Next question. What does the military acronym stand for?
Yes.
And this is cleaned up, FYI. Fouled up beyond all recognition, failed under battle and retreat, fought under battle and resilience, or found under barracks and rations. That's after beer days. 4 seconds. Fouled up beyond recognition. Now, you may have a verbiage that is not there, but FYI, we're going kind and courteous. Okay, informal command used by immediately dismissing a unit from a scheduled activity. Informal command. Get out, knock it off, liberty call, or in the wind.
Oh, damn. We got 10 seconds. It's this one. Yeah.
5 seconds. Knock it off.
That's not.
18. Good job, you 18. Next question. What famous colonel earned his title through military service, but as an honorary award from Kentucky?
I feel like
Trick question.
Show me the name. Show me the
Ready? Colonel Richard Henderson, Colonel David Hackworth, Colonel Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain, or Colonel Sanders?
I'm gonna say.
5 seconds.
I feel like that's like the.
Colonel Sanders!
I knew it. I knew it.
31! I probably gave you too many hints on that one, didn't I? Too many hints! Okay, next. What is Blue Nose? A Navy cook who serves on the Arctic missions and specialized in frozen rations. A nickname for a Navy safe diver who specializes in cold water rescue operations. Sailor who crossed the Arctic Circle. A ceremonial title given to submarines who complete 100 dives.
This one? No,
Sailors who cross because it's cold, they get blue nose.
Where's all the army questions?
What was artist MC Hammer's rate when he was in active duty? Hospital corpsman, logistics specialist, master of arms, aviation storekeeper.
Logistics.
What did MC Hammer do besides dance? 5 seconds.
You got it.
Aviation storekeeper.
Damn.
PX. decorated combat war veteran who is also an actor?
Oh, what's his name?
John Wayne,
No.
John J. Rambo, Jimmy Stewart,
Yeah.
Sergeant Audie Murphy.
And
5 seconds. Oh, done.
Yeah.
Audie Murphy, 19. Good job. What is the official term in the U.S. Army for sleeping while sitting upright with your eyes open? Combat nap, drill sergeant's dream, barracks meditation, and stealth duties.
I mean, it could be. I'll let you pick that. Let's do this.
It's barracks.
Oh, nice. Good guess. Good guess.
Okay. Where is the only truck on a military base or post?
Oh, that's
Top of the flagpole, PX, PB parking lot, motor pool, headquarters roof.
Yep. There's a couple of spots right there. I tell you that. Yeah, I'm on 4 pen.
Top of the flagpole.
Oh, I knew that. I knew that.
Okay,
The truck is on top of the flagpole. It's a round thing. It's supposed to have a bullet, a map, and
okay,
something
these are
else.
the
Yeah, yeah.
winner
Just in
winners,
case you
starting with
touch
number
down. Raise your
3.
voice.
Sam.
That's right.
Woo! Number 2, Bob. Who's Bob? Bob. Woo!
Who got
And number
first place?
1, Jagger 7. Thank you all for playing. I appreciate all of you.
That's funny.
Look at that right there. Bam. Superstar. Don't work this week.
I wonder how much we got.
We got like 6.
All right, was that fun? Yeah, nice icebreaker. All right, so Clay, thanks for introducing me, I appreciate it. So we're gonna go ahead and start this. And so I appreciate everybody attending. Looks like a pretty good crowd. How many JVSG staff do we have here? Show of hands. All right. Before we begin, I will, for transparency, I am not a veteran. I supervise veterans for the past, I would say, 14 years of my career at DSD. So I got a pretty good handle on what veterans do. The only challenge to that with JVSG is the individual I supervised were very, very good at what they did. So I kind of let them do their thing. So this has been a great exercise for me in order to better understand and better get a sense of our JVSG staff, our partners, and Central Washington in general. Question?
What is JVSG?
Thank you. Job for Veterans State Grant. That is JVSG. So I appreciate it. I will try to hold off on the acronyms as best as possible, but I do work for a state agency for 16 years, so keep that in mind. All right, so we're going to zero in on how WorkSource and partner support makes, how we're successful in Central Washington. While many veterans encounter challenges when seeking employment, WorkSource acts as a crucial link and connects our veterans to meaningful opportunities and help them remove barriers to access. So what we're going to do over the next hour and 50 minutes, based on the questions, is we're going to explore in Central Washington what's being offered. So we're going to focus on Central Washington, but I want all of you to keep a mindset of how this landscape works and looks like in your area, and consider the partnerships that you currently have, and imagine the ones that you can build to strengthen and support in your local area. I loved some of the discussions this morning. I think one thing that came up was transportation, and we'll touch on that in our particular area as well. We'll be presenting or focusing on 3 things. highlighting collaborative efforts across Central Washington to serve veterans in our large and diverse region of Central Region. How WorkSource provides services to veterans and works alongside partners, both those internal, I would say, WorkSource one-stop partners, and there's partners outside or within our community. And then provide some of the ways we work together and give some examples of assisting customers through that partnership. So partnership is going to be used a lot, so just keep that in mind. And so before we jump in, I just want to introduce a few individuals. Kevin Sullivan, he's our local DVOP in South Central. And Howard Cruz, he's a CBSR. And I know you're asking, well, what does that mean? Stay tuned in a few slides, be patient. You'll get the gist of it, just wait, listen, a minute or two. And then we have Bruce Davis. Bruce Davis is the sole CBSR up in North Central. I don't say, he's probably in another breakout, but Bruce covers all of North Central Washington. And so what do I mean by North Central and South Central?
Douglas, Grant, Adams, and Okanagan County.
That was a rhetorical question.
But you're so smart.
Yes, good job.
That's good work, sir.
I was going to ask all of you to clap in about 15, 20 minutes so the other breakouts thought that we were already done. Yeah, so here we go. All right, so this is Central Washington that I was talking about. Central Washington is broken up into two workforce development areas. So you've got North Central, which is Okanagan on the top, Chelan, Douglas, Grant, and Adams. And then you've got South Central, which is Kittitash, Yakima, Klickitat, and Skamania. North Central for the WDA is also known as SkillSource. South Central is the South Central Workforce Council. And so it splits it up. There's, as you probably all know, I-90 goes all the way across. And as far as WorkSource centers, we have one up north, WorkSource Okanagan County, WorkSource Wenatchee Valley, WorkSource Central Basin, which is located in Grant or Moses Lake, Kittitas, which is WorkSource Ellensburg, Yakima, WorkSource Yakima, WorkSource Sunnyside, and then WorkSource Goldendale and WorkSource White Salmon. We also have some remote areas in Stevenson County, and so, like I mentioned, we've got like I-90 that goes straight across from Kittitas, Grant, and Adams, and so WorkSource Ellensburg and WorkSource Moses Lake are right there. So feel free to stop by on the way to Spokane, or feel free to use our restrooms. That's what generally most of our ESD people do. They stop by and there for 10 minutes and leave. So VA compensation and pension rates. I wanted to focus on this just to give you a better idea about the individuals receiving VA compensation or pension or benefits. Klickitat, which is at the very bottom, is the highest. And then Okanagan is number 2. So imagine the difficulty of trying to serve individuals and the transportation barriers in those areas. It's crucial that we make sure we're taking care of our veterans. But a situation like this, and a lot of them are Vietnam-era veterans, they generally a little bit of an older crowd, an older demographic that we're serving. Then we have veterans by county. And so what this is, veterans by county according to the adult population. Once again, you got at the top, Okanagan's pretty heavily, very rural. We've got a lot of Okanagan, Comac, Tenasket, Orville, a lot of rural towns in that area. And then you've got Klickitat at the bottom. Once again, you've got WorkSource Okanagan up there, Nomac in Okanagan County, and then Goldendale and White Salmon at the bottom.
good? Should have got MC Hammer. All right, so understanding the distinct roles of our Jobs for Veterans, state grants, or JVSG staff is crucial. That slide will be coming up. But as I work with Kevin, with Otto, and Bruce, we came up with some challenges in our area for both veterans and JVFG staff. And I just want to focus on a couple of them. A lot of them are probably pretty similar to your area. Housing, working with homeless situations, mental health, definitely a struggle. Transportation, that comes up just about everywhere. Social isolation and loss of purpose. You know, that is crucial and huge. Underemployed and unemployed as well. Stigma about seeking help. So I thought about this, you know, serving those who serve. And this can be very difficult with a lot of individuals that we serve, being in that point where they need help and are asking for help. And so it's crucial that we support them as much as possible. For JVFG staff, compassion fatigue. I think we all know about compassion fatigue. Screening customer flow for veteran case management. So one piece about this is in a WorkSource center, our non-JVSG staff are kind of the screening agents in the WorkSource centers. And so they must know what questions to ask. They make sure that they're taking care of those veterans that may not have those significant barriers to employment. And I can say that our non-JVSG staff in the WorkSource offices probably serve more veterans than our JVSG staff. They're serving a lot of individuals that might not have as significant barriers as others. And so that gives our DVOPs and CVSRs that time to be able to work with those individuals with significant barriers. And then commitment of time for tribal relationships. I was going to cover a little bit of that later. All right. So what WorkSource offers? So universally accessible. And what does that mean? It really means that we serve all different individuals. Veterans, underserved populations, homeless. We serve all different types of individuals. The priority of service for veterans. So what that means is individuals coming in get, I guess I could say, the front of the line. I'm a Disney fanatic, kind of like a fast pass or express pass. They get to the very front of the line to be able to be served. And that's important. I think one thing we talked about this morning was speed of access for our veterans. They need that help and they need it quickly. And so it's not just ESD, it's our partners as well for that priority of service. Personalized one-on-one assistance. I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. Some offices do have appointments you need to set up for one-on-ones, but we offer that in the WorkSource Center. Seamless referrals to partner programs. In the WorkSource, we are one-stop and trying to offer that seamless referral as much as possible to the partners that work in our centers. And then workshops and support services. We offer many different workshops. We also offer virtual workshops. And so it's a lot of opportunity for individuals, if they're either coming in or they're getting on their computer, they can take these workshops that ESD and other partners offer. All right, here is the piece I was talking about, DBOP. Disabled veterans, does everybody know DBOPs and levers and CVSRs? Does anybody not know what a lever, DBOP, and CVSR is?
Most people don't know. I'm checking.
Yeah, most people don't. Well, I have a pretty stretched out piece here for that, but I think I'll just start with some of the basics. So the DBOPs, Disabled Veterans Outreach Program, it is significant barriers to employment that they are working with veterans. Significant barriers. So those individuals are screened. They come either just through the doors, they might be experiencing unemployment, it has to attend an orientation, they might be referred, might be word of mouth. So there's a lot of different ways that individuals might enter the WorkSource Center. Then you've got the LEVER, which is a local veterans employment representative. And the lever really focuses on working with employers. That is really what their specialty is. It's employers, it's with community organizations, they coordinate job fairs, hiring events, work on employer panels, educate employers on hiring incentives, federal contract requirements, priority of service, and it's really showing them what transferable skills our veterans offer. So I wanted to also highlight, before I move on, the Yes Vets program. It really recognizes and promotes employers that are committed to hiring veterans. It's a great program. If you see a sticker on it, it's an employer that supports veterans. And then there's the PBSR. It's kind of a hybrid between the bebop and the lever. I believe it was first structured in some of the rural areas in order to better serve our customers. Otto, correct me if I'm wrong, you started out as a project position serving veterans in the tribal areas here in Yakima, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and so it started out, and then now he's permanent covering all of Yakima, Skamania, Kittitas, and Klickitat County. So our partnership matters. So one of the most powerful tools that we use is called co-enrollment. And I have to be honest, during the last week, we were going over our presentations and co-enrollment got completely missed. This is crucial to connecting veterans to multiple programs to complement each other. What co-enrollment is say I'm a program like ESD. I might not have the funding in order to support somebody for retraining. And so co-enrollment allows a partner of mine to be able to do that. And that is crucial to the work that we do. I wanted to show some key partners. I know there's several more, so I apologize if I missed some. But Voc Rehab, Homeless Networks, Economic Development Councils, VA, DBR, DSHS. These are all partners that we really need to know. I think one of the most challenging parts of the work that we do is that different partners in different areas have different services. For example, People for People. So People for People, we were talking last week, and I thought People for People was just a transportation. Oops, the mic's dead. People for People. I thought People for People was just a bus company that hauls people around. To find out that they do a little bit more than that, including we owe a Title I, which is huge. So it's different areas with different partners allowing different services, and just trying to get to know each and every one and what kind of services they provide before you run into a situation where you're trying to figure that out. And that can be very difficult. It can be very, very confusing. All right, so I'm going to give an opportunity for each of our panelists to introduce themselves, and then we're going to transition over to Jen Sameko with OIC. She's going to go ahead and talk about what OIC provides and what critical support they give to the veteran community. So go ahead and start off.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Todd Cruz, I'm a CBSR, Consolidated Veteran Service Representative for WorkSource and Gap at the Yakima Nation. Now using my military voice. But anyway, it's more amplified. Being our crew CBSR for WorkSource and Gap over at the Yakima Nation, and I'm able to go ahead and work there, been there for about 3.5 years. So my 4th year. It's been quite the journey. Love it. Love every single minute of it. So I did 24.5 years Army, retired staff sergeant. I was a disabled veteran and went under the BRD program and ended up getting referred to a VBOC, and then so that's how I was able to get my higher education through that program, BRD, Veteran Training and Employment Program, and then ended up getting a degree, and then after that I got hired with WorkSource, and it's been, like I said, a wonderful journey. Yes, that's who I am.
Hello, my name is Ray Hernandez. I'm the program manager here at the Yakima County Veterans Program.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Martin Garibay. I'm the Employment and Training Operations Manager for People.
Hi, I'm Jen Semenko. I'm the Associate Director at OIC in Washington. First, I have known Todd for over 10 years. We worked together years and years ago working with Veteran Services. This guy right here used to be my boss. Yeah, and then I had to leave. So, I want to talk a little bit about what OIC is. You guys don't need me to stand up, do you? You guys are okay. OIC of Washington is a nonprofit that covers most of Central Washington. We have the typical nonprofit programs, food bank, energy assistance, weatherization, youth programs, senior programs. And because I noticed that my CEO is not here, Raphael do not tell on me, I want to talk about our mission at OIC. It is, in short, to end poverty for all. It's really long. Raphael's probably one of the few staff who can actually repeat it correctly. But how do you do that? A nonprofit who is just giving energy assistance and weatherization assistance and food bank, that's not going to change poverty, right? That just is a Band-Aid. And so our CEO, Anthony Peterson, has decided that OIC is going to be an economic development agency. And so we're really gonna focus on career and education training. So we have a whole division now that and I had to double check this, which is really sad because I'm the associate director of this division. We have a CDL school, culinary arts, logistics and warehouse training, forklift, flagger, construction, CPR first aid, basic skills, agricultural safety, career readiness, as we assist with secondary education and financial literacy, nutrition education, and first-time homeowners. So we're really trying to get somebody from poverty, getting them a good job, and then they can be stable in the community. So one thing I didn't notice, or I didn't talk about in what OIC does, is our veteran programs. So 4 years ago, OIC was asked to be a sub-grantee of Blue Mountain Action Council for the SSBF grant, which is supportive services for veteran and families. And I was asked to come on to help get this program going. Before I talk about getting this program, what it does, I want to touch base on partnerships. We came in and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get all these veteran partners, we're gonna have a great time, we're gonna save all the veterans in Yakima. No, it didn't happen. The previous staff that was running the program burnt a lot of bridges. A lot, like I'd be like, hey, I'm SSBF grant, doors would be closed. It was really difficult to talk and share what we could do, like I'm just jazzed about doing this, and we weren't having the ability to even make connections. And after months and months of bugging Dave Brown, he finally was like, okay, come to a meeting, tell people. And I was like, okay, and I'm jazzed, I can go to this meeting. I go to the meeting, and people were just like, okay. And Dave said to me, because I'm gonna be checking on you. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna stop by your office. I need to make sure that you're doing what you said you're gonna be doing. And I was like, okay, I know I'm gonna do myself. And I'd see him walk in. Oh, he's here. Hey, David. And it took at least 3 months before Dave like gave me that stamp of approval, and then it was everyone. Billy from the vet center, you know, Ray. I mean, I was getting all these connections, and this is even. It's really sad because Kevin at WorkSource and I have worked together for years as well. I couldn't get that stamp of approval to show that I was going to do what I was going to do. So that's the big thing about partnerships. You really have to work on getting them and maintaining them. So I'll talk about partnerships a little bit more, but I really want to highlight my SSBF staff. Raphael, Jose, Danny, can y'all please stand up? So, when I talk about what we do, it's what they're doing. We have another staff, she's on FMLA right now, but it's these staff that do this. It's so easy to lead this team. You guys can sit down now, but thank you. So for those of you who don't know about SSBF, it focuses on homeless and those at risk of becoming homeless veterans, and we want to get them from crisis to stability. And that doesn't happen overnight. It's not just a quick check to pay the rent or whatever. We really work with them. Well, they really work with them to work on the budget, in-depth assessments to identify the barriers on why they're either homeless or they're at risk of homeless. We look at every scenario. We don't care what your barrier is. Honestly, when I did this case management years ago, I didn't care if you had to run to the store, have a beer, to stop your shakes, and then come back and finish your assessment. Because we don't care what your barrier is, as long as you let us know, because then we can help you, you know, with your path. And then we can create that, the right path for you. Everything is individualized. Nobody gets the same stamped, you know, services, because that doesn't work. That's not gonna work to get veteran A, and then you have this family over here. You really have to individualize everything that you do. In 2025, since January 1, we have housed almost 150 veterans in 5 counties. So we don't just house the veterans, we make sure that we have really good referrals and connections. You know, everybody says, oh, those wraparound, you know, services and co-enrollments. See, Todd, I said it. It's really about that, though. I can't have my team, I can't say my team can't reach out to Kevin and give an employment referral, and they're working on focusing on this, and then Kevin comes in and says, hey, I'm focusing on this. We have to communicate. We have to have strong ties together so that we can create the path that the veteran wants, that the veteran has identified his goals, his needs. We just come along, whether it's getting them referred to people for training, or Ray to get some supported services that maybe we can't cover at the moment. You know, we all have to have that same goal. So it's the communication between the partners to make sure that the veterans succeed. So we recently got the HVRP grant for 9 counties in Washington State. The HVRP is the Homeless Veteran Reintegration Program. So it's basically the employment piece of veteran services, right? Of homeless veterans. And it's been lacking in Washington State for the last couple of years, and especially Central Washington. West Side gets all the services. Some in Spokane, they get a little bit more, but Central Washington, we really don't get a lot of the programs offered to our veterans. And not just veterans, it's pretty much all demographics, but this was really missing. And so OIC applied for it, we got it, we are excited. We will be boots on the ground within the next 30 days. We're excited, I'm just so excited about this. But back to creating partnerships. Todd said, why collaboration matters. And, well, what does a healthy partnership look like? Because there were a lot of unhealthy partnerships in the past. But a healthy one is the knowledge of programs, knowledge of qualifications, limitations, program limitations. You really have to know what your partners can and cannot do. Because it really hurts the veteran when you're sending them to us knowing they don't qualify, or you're like, well, maybe they'll qualify. Just go talk to them. That builds the veteran's hope up. And then we end up saying, well, no, you don't qualify. And then that just breaks them down again. What good is that? We need to really stop doing that. And then we all have common goals for our veterans. See, that picture is from, how long ago was that, Kevin?
8 years ago?
8 years ago. Wow. Can you go back one real quick? God, I'm sorry.
No, no problem.
Because I really didn't pay attention. So, it's a little dark, but this was OIC and some of our other veteran partners. We collaborated to make Thanksgiving dinner for all of the veterans that lived at Chuck Austin's place. So, we try to do Thanksgiving and Easter every year. Okay, go on. So how do you find the agencies and other resources? And we started from ground zero. It was online searches, lots of online searches. Danny, and luckily Danny's mom works at United Way, and so that was a big help, but it was getting those connections, like how can we get from this one to this one? Lots of community resource events, a lot of word of mouth, and you keep knocking on people's doors. I really had to fight to get Dave Brown's attention. I probably could have stood outside his office and done some cheerleading just to get his attention. Because I was like, dude, I'm doing this work, please. But sometimes it's not that difficult. In Tri-Cities, so Benton and Franklin, you know, I would get these emails from this guy, and he was just, people told me he was like a bear, and you know, he's rough, and he doesn't like people. Well, I met this guy, and that's Wade Forsythe from Hudbash, VA. Whoop whoop! The guy who won the quizzes earlier. There he is, right there. The chops and all, you know. He has been our biggest ally in Benton and Franklin. He is always
Phenomenal.
veteran first. He will move mountains for a veteran. And so when you can get a Dave Brown and a Wade Forsythe in your pocket, you need to make sure that you keep those and you maintain those relationships. Partnering is not easy. I know I probably piss off Ray, and I know I piss off Kevin, but they come back. They know that we have a strong enough bridge that they can, and they'll check me too. They'll be like, Jen, this is what needs to happen. And you have to have those strong relationships with people, and one or two bad interactions with staff can really mess it up, but you have to be able to say, hey, I'm sorry. Be totally transparent, and you have to take accountability for those things. You know, and then you end up with these fabulous partnerships, and you sit here and you get to talk, and yeah. Co-enrollments. Oh, one more time. Co-enrollments. All right, that's all.
I'm here to talk about people over people. So again, if you heard of people over people, you would probably think transportation, right? I know my family did when I thought I was working for people over people, they thought I was better than business. Not, but I'll let you know about that. However, what we do, what we've been doing since 1965 is working to strengthen communities by connecting with partners and providing opportunities to the communities. Core moments for us, is big, especially when we're helping individuals in our community be successful with the goal of becoming self-sufficient or getting their needs met. Co-enrollment is big, and we do that by grading services. And one of the things when it comes to grading services is knowing who's in your contacts, okay? And our staff and our programs do that very well by working with our staff, building them up, so when they do go to other places, they remember us and they can work with us and continue, right? How do we? There's a lot of people that are, just kidding. No, grading services is big for us. We do that internally. Like I said, you think transportation when you think people are people. You don't know that we do employment and training. If you didn't know, now you know. But we also do food and nutrition. I'm gonna talk about those here in a bit. But we try to provide anybody coming to our door a holistic approach. We're not only gonna help them or try to help that individual, but we wanna help their household. And we wanna do that because we know if we can take care of the household, that person's gonna be successful. So, we're here to help the individuals. We prioritize our services to veterans, not just the veterans, the spouses and dependents that come to our doors. We have a system when we complete a pre-screen, we get that sorted out so we can connect with them as soon as possible. You go to the next screen. So, for example, we had a client come in referred to by Kevin. His name is Carlos. He connected with us and we did the whole eligibility process to make sure that he was good to go. We identified that he's eligible for not just one program, but for 2 programs. And he's working on getting eligible for another program. And we made sure that we took care of him. Right now he's at Perry Tech working on an ag and some mechanic degree or certificate so that he can be successful. Once he's done, we're going to be working with him to find employment. So during this time of employment and training, what we're doing is creating a career path that's suitable for him. Okay? Is everybody going to go to college? No. Okay. No, I wish they would have told me that when I was a kid. And I'm here to tell everybody there's more than one path to get to the career that you want. There's more than one way. And what we try to do, and it's like Jen said, we're going to help you where you're at and create a path from where you currently are at to where you want to be. And that means like connecting with partners to help with substance abuse or making sure that you know what barrier is going to come your way so you're not stressed out about it, or when it does show up, don't worry, we got you pretty much. So we create the career pathways and as a team, not just the career development counselor that people, but with Kev, with Jen and her team, with any other partners that we've seen are needed to help this person become successful. We identify the barriers and create support paths, and we provide support paths in many ways. For example, if they need tuition assistance, we can help them with that through some of our programs. If they need tools to be successful, to get that ag degree, or do some mechanic degree, we'll buy them. If they need clothing for their new MA program that they're starting, we assist them with that. Again, from the get-go, I know I did case manager, but I tell my team to make sure that our clients understand we're not here to judge them, we're here to serve them. We're here to help them be successful, so anything that comes your way, to let us know. Because a lot of them are too either proud or scared to ask for any support. And I say scared because some think that they have to pay it back. They don't have to pay anything back. The service is pretty much free for them. All I ask is for them to be committed to what their dreams are from the get-go that they come to us, because they come with a dream, and they be committed, be successful. We put in there because we're gonna help support them. And again, we do that through creating partnerships, creating the services so that they become successful. One of the final things, because we provide the training through employment and training, but the final thing that we do in this program is make sure they find employment for the training that they receive. And that's connecting with our business services team to find what's out there, get them matched to the to the employers that are out there. Give them an opportunity through on-the-job trainings or work experiences where we pay the funds for a certain amount of hours. And once they complete those hours, most of the time they're hired on, or at least have a good recommendation, lower recommendation to another lead for employment. So we do all this through the employment and training programs that we have. Yes, people have to be eligible to be able to participate. However, we have so many programs that more likely they're going to be eligible for one or the other, or maybe all. And we try to provide connections to all of the services and all the programs that we have. Now, one of the biggest things that we hear is transportation, which is why you see us a lot. You can go to the next slide. We have a QR code, and I posted a QR code mainly because I want you to know that we have routes, at least here in Yakima County, for sure, that will bring you from Prosser to Yakima, and it's serving everybody, not just people Medicaid or anything like that. It's not just for medical appointments. It's anybody and everybody, and it's free. Donations, sure, but it's not needed. We have the connection again from Prosser to Yakima, and it stops in between to connect to other areas. So we ask, encourage people to take this if they don't have transportation. Now, if they need more door-to-door service, we do have that. And I recommend everybody, if you don't know 211, to get to know that number, dial 211, they'll connect you to any resources out there. But however, they'll also connect you with transportation in your area and help you schedule any door-to-door service. So if an individual has a medical appointment, we can get arranged pickup from their house to the appointment and back. Now, if they have an appointment with their social worker, with their career development counselor, same thing. If they need possible transportation for the first day of work, that's what we can probably do. All right. So there's many ways of transportation, but the only thing we ask is that you seek us out and you get connected through. Like I said, the easiest way is calling 211. You can reach out to our main office, but 211 is going to get you there faster. We can go to the next one. My favorite service that we provide is Meals on Wheels, mainly because we've helped many individuals get connected to our community dining centers where if they weren't connected with the community, now they can go get a lunch, get to meet new people. It has helped a lot of individuals grow community, grow support. Now, for those that can't make it because they're homebound, we do offer home delivery service where we'll take 7 meals to their door so that they can have whenever they need it. If they have pets, that's what we do. We take them pet food. All right, cats, dogs. If you have snakes, I'm pretty sure we can make special requests, but we try to make sure they're taken care of too. Why? I don't know about you, but like pets for me, my dogs are my family too. So if they need something, I'm going to try to make sure they provide. And we see that with the community we serve. So this is one of the biggest things that we provide. We also do the farmers market vouchers for the summers. When the farmers markets are taking place, we provide those. This year we provided 1,280, and every year it keeps going more and more. Now, ways to connect with us. You can go to the next one. Biggest thing, remember, 211. It'll get you connected to any resource out there. Now, if you want to put your resource on 211, or you've had a shift in staff, I recommend that you reach out to them, follow them up, and update your contact information as well. And we try to do that as often as possible so that when people call, they have the most accurate information. Because one of the things that is big is like form handoffs. Now, if we're sending, Kevin's sending someone over to me, or to people, and they're telling them, oh, I asked for my thing, and I'm not there, okay, well, they're just gonna get the runaround, right? Because they're not asking for a person, they're just asking for a person. So it's always important to update the information, and the easiest way is just contact 211 and make sure you update that. For our services, for people, reach out to, connect through our website. You'll see all our services that we offer, and or you can go through this QR code. It'll take you to our pre-screen where you can help the client fill out the pre-screen, and it'll get directed to the right program that they need and the right services that they need. I hope that you use this information and start building a partnership with us. We're here to help, and we're passionate, and I know Jen is very passionate about servicing others. The team is very passionate. We have individuals on our staff that have lived experiences. We have many veterans on our staff, and we are all passionate to help each other grow. Okay, so that's my spiel. So
Thanks, Martin. Yeah, as we come along, I just keep thinking, make sure that you're thinking about your area in particular. What services are we missing that you might not have in your particular area? What gaps are you experiencing? If you're having those gaps, be an advocate. I mean, see what we can do, work together. I know a lot of times, this is so much, there's so much uncertainty, unknowns, budget shortfalls. A lot of times with situations like that, we tend to silo. And it's just the opposite of what we really should be doing, is working closer, partnering together, knowing what services each other is offering within our organizations, and really working together. Next, I want to introduce Ray.
I can't sit down, so I want to come up here. Yeah, good afternoon. So my name is Ray Hernandez. I'm Program Manager for Yakima County Veterans Program. Probably wondering why I'm out here, because I don't deal with employment. But I did a quick Google search while sitting down for Yakima Veteran Services. And our website, our information is the first one that pops up. So a lot of times the veterans are going to come to our office first. So just a little bit of what we do. We're going to provide financial assistance to low-income veterans, whether through the Veterans Relief Fund, for temporary emergent need, for food, utilities, rental assistance, transportation, and with life there comes death, so even burial services. We also have a program which is a Veterans Incarcerated program. I have a direct pay system, Yakima County Jail, and I work with other jail staff in Yakima County. So they're going to contact me, either myself or one of my staff is going to meet with the veteran, and we're going to assess the needs, whether it's related to addiction, mental health, housing stability, employment. We're going to try to create a plan for when that veteran is released, either come contact us, and so we can start the process, or another partner if, say they need housing and they've already worked with SSVF before, they know who to call, so we're going to make sure that they have the right information. Homeless Veterans Outreach, one of our providers or case managers, which is Angel Mendoza here in the room. He's going to identify the veterans experiencing the or at risk of homelessness and try to coordinate what program is best for him and try to assist him within our office. One of the biggest things is the be a point of entry for all veterans. So whether you have no money, homeless, or you make $1 million, you're more than welcome to come to the office, and we're going to try to at least assist you to get to that need, whether it's VA, WDBA, things like that. So there we go, next slide. So one of the things is partnership highlights. So we're going to work with local, state, federal programs to support the veterans. We have a strong collaboration with WorkSource, WDBA, the VA, SSVF. We also are going to partner with local nonprofits, right? So we have, one of the biggest things we did in our county office is we created an MOU with a nonprofit, the Yakima Valley Veterans Coalition. So what it allows me to do is it allows me to spend a little bit of their money on stuff that the county's not able to provide. So for instance, if Kevin refers a veteran who needs boots or specific shoes for work, I can't buy that from the county funds because RCW tells me what I can and can't buy. With that coalition money, I can either, if it's a certain amount, go myself and provide it, or I can submit an email to a board, and they're going to allow me, or deny me, whatever it is, permission to go authorize me to use a debit card or check, whatever, to go purchase those items. We bought shoes, we bought clothes, we bought flagging equipment, tools, a bunch of other stuff, air conditioners for other veterans, or cell phones for homeless veterans. Another partner, we work with the Yakima Vet Center, because the veterans are reaching out to us and say they're talking to Kevin and they can't hold that stable job, whatever, because of mental health reasons. We're gonna at least shift our direction to the vet center so they're able to provide or guide them to certain mental health resources within the area. Our goal is to ensure veterans and families access the resources they bring. So it's just the arrow. There you go. Referrals and pathways. One of the things if Dave wasn't here, I could say I created it, but Dave created it, and we're just re-implementing the process. So one thing that we do is if we see that you're eligible to work, you're not a senior citizen, you're not on Social Security, you don't have a high level disability, we're gonna provide you some vouchers, but we're not gonna continue to give you the vouchers in hand. We're gonna provide you what we call an employment, I would say, employment referral. So it's a sheet of paper, so you have to go out and contact a employment specialist here in the area, and you have to create a plan with them. So it kind of, even those veterans that are not ready to work, we make them go do that because just like addiction, you never know when they might not be ready to work because they just don't think that there's a job out there that they can handle because say they're backers. Well, there's other jobs that provide, sitting or different stuff, It's kind of the homeless section, but here's an example. We had a homeless veteran not too long ago who lived at Camp Hope for many years and would not leave Camp Hope, and you couldn't drag him out of there. We have a housing facility for veterans here in Yakima County called Chuck Austin Place. He came to an event we had last week. He toured Chuck Austin Place, and now he's being housed like today or this week because he decided, man, I would like to live here rather than Camp Hope. But he was so scared to losing his bed at Camp Hope because he had nowhere else to go. So sometimes it takes just that little leap to get to talk to an employment specialist, to talk to all these other programs and say, hey, you know what, maybe that is something I can do. We facilitate that warm handoff between our county and the WorkSource staff or STWS staff or Vet Center. I'm going to contact Billy, Jen, Kevin, and Otto. I'm going to make sure that they know about the situation that's going on with the veteran. Outreach and community events. One thing that we like to do, and we like to always kind of do some things together. If Kevin has an event, I'm going to make sure that I know that I'm going to attend his event or some staff take one of his event. Some similar with our events. We try to have smaller events here in Yakima County. We have a Women's Veterans Day event that we host every year at the Yakima Vet Center. But we're going to invite all the partners to at least show support so we know that if someone is at that event that needs housing assistance, we can say, hey, someone here is part of that program. We can direct you. Same with mental health, same with WorkSource. One of the biggest things that we do here in Yakima County, we partner with the Yakima Valley Veterans Coalition and we host a stand-down and benefits fair. So most stand-downs in the region are 100%, well not 100%, but they're aimed towards homelessness. Ours is kind of if you're a veteran, you're welcome. There has to be something there. We welcome around 100 services. So we're partnering with 100 services to come to Sundome to provide a service to a veteran, whether it's veteran specific or not. We're trying to get out of that mindset, that silo mindset of only contacting veteran specific organizations. Yakima Neighborhood Health, Comprehensive, they're non-veteran specific and they help quite a bit of people. Sometimes because of paperwork or other barriers, we're able to get them into these programs faster than a veteran specific program. And with that being said, we serve nearly 1,000 veterans at the stand down and probably a couple hundred more family members. So this year it's going to be, this year it's October 18th at the Yakima Sundome. If you guys are a provider and want to participate, let myself, Dave Brown here, or Jen Semenko know, and we can definitely get you a table if you're wanting to have a table for the stand down. And just to reinforce the message, we're all in this together. So whether, if it's a non-veteran specific organization or a veteran specific, or you have bad beef with the VA in your personal career, that doesn't mean that you're going to guide the veteran in the wrong path. You know, we're all in this together to help the veteran. And how does, everyone's kind of wondering, how does it all work, right? So it comes around in a circle, and the reason I say in circle, because how do these programs help me? So a little bit of background, served in the Marine Corps, got out to 13 and became a police officer here in Yakima area, and I was for 5 years, and then small town politics come through, you know, you get a mayor who you don't agree with, so and there was other issues too, but I decided to leave. I didn't have a plan, I didn't have anything going on. The one thing I remember when I was exiting the Marine Corps was leaver. That's it. I had no idea. I didn't even know what it was until I had to Google it this morning, so I didn't look down. I talked to you guys about it, right? So local veteran employment rep. But I knew it was at WorkSource or something like that, you know. So I went and talked to Kevin here. Kevin, I kind of showed him my case, what was going on. I was worried because the person I didn't agree with threatened me that I was going to lose all my unemployment benefits because of the hostile work environment and so on and so forth. He threatened a lot of people. Warner Roscoe, if you know who he is. But so I was afraid of that, so I contacted him and tried to figure out, hey, this guy's over here threatening me. I'm going to lose everything. Is it still? Am I good for it? You know, I can't pay rent. So Kevin did is help me out with the VIP grant. And if you guys don't know what the VIP grant is, Kevin can tell you more. Because all I know is they paid my rent and prevented me from becoming homeless right then and there. What he did too, and I'll never forget this, is he referred me to Dave Brown to try to get some fuel assistance. And I was proud. I still remember the phone call, set appointment, but I did not go because I was still in that proud mindset of not trying to not use assistance. From there, and like I said, everybody in this room, from there, I became a work study at the Yakima Vet Center. And so I was providing me some assistance while I was retraining, going back to school, doing something that I wanted to do, you know, which at the time was teaching. But then COVID hit, so that kind of changed pathways too. There was a program in Dave Brown's office, which is some sort of an intern program. It's called MenCorps. It's through AmeriCorps, if you guys don't know. The WDVA used to run the grant here a couple years ago, and it just ended this last year. Hopefully we can get it back. And I did that for 2 years. And one of my biggest mentors is Dave Brown. He taught me how to work with the veterans, how to have patience, how to have that work mindset, you know, the ethics and everything behind everything that we do. Before, there was a lady named Cynthia who worked for EST. She helped me with the resume. She helped me build my resume based off of everything that I was doing while I was interning. I didn't think that I was important because I was an intern, but she helped me pick all the data from what I was actually doing and putting it in a resume form. And because of that, I'm the program manager for Yakima County Veterans Program. And so that's how it kind of goes full circle. And Kevin wanted me just to, you know, he wanted a story of how all these programs kind of can help a veteran kind of go from down here, not knowing where they're going to go in life, to at least, you know, I love what I do, I have a great job, and I think it's the best job in the world. So, thank you guys very much.
Thanks, Ray. Love it.
For auto starts, People for People's Meals on Wheels is actually providing the lunch at the stand now, because they have amazing cooks, and it's, I only eat my mom doesn't eat love, but I eat every year. So, if you can't come to our stand.
And it's very healthy.
Yeah.
All right, now, last but not least, our.
Oh, you don't want that. You'll never leave,
Our
man.
representative, South Central.
You'll never leave.
His collaboration with the Yakima Nation ensures that tribal veterans receive culturally grounded support.
All right, sir, how much time do I have?
2 minutes.
Yeah, right. That's better than what? Yakima Warrior, Warrior tells me to do. So, all right, Consolidated Veteran Service Representative, we're at the Yakima Nation. All of these wonderful partners that just spoke, I utilize for all of the Yakima Nation veterans that are there. And then furthermore, to go ahead and just follow the bullet points, go ahead and speak about the cooperative efforts to connect
Trouble Veterans Services, you gotta go where the veterans are at. To reach the tribe, you gotta go there. You can't stay outside and expect them to, they already have transportation issues, they already have like communication, like, you know, some already have phones, you know, they live out like as far as White Swan, and so they're having a tough time getting here, right? So you gotta go there. So I appreciate everybody that goes there, Dan, Billy, everybody, you know, that whenever we have like, job fairs, whenever we have like resource fairs, anything that we all can go ahead and, it's greatly appreciated. I have wonderful partners. Couldn't get anything done without everybody in here. So, we, at the Yakima Nation, what I really love about the building, the operator, you know, the being able to connect together is the vision that we all have together, the same vision. You know, ESD vision, the goal lens, it states that it's stewardship, love, belonging, access, and equity. And it basically mirrors the same thing that the Yakima Nation and the warriors put together. You know, they're about being able to assist a veteran that's eligible. It's a little different with them, but, you know, I mean, dry and cut, you either have good papers as a veteran or bad papers. And then so, we try, you know, and it's a little different for us at WorkSource, you know, because we can serve veterans, you know, even if you have a dishonorable discharge, dependent on what that means. You know, there are codes that tell us what they are. And then the Warriors Association, this is their house. That building, that's their home. You know, they own that. And then, so their mission is to honor and respect the unwritten laws of the Creator, to follow the beliefs, traditions, and customs of the people. That means serving veterans. So we as a whole have that same goal, that shared goal. And it's really, really awesome to be able to be a part of something that you all have the same passion for. We do a lot of outreach. Second bullet point includes events, workshops, just means the things I just mentioned, job fairs, hiring events. For us, it's powwows. When there's powwows going on, I try to take an opportunity to set a table, go ahead and be able to put out the information and to give it to the veterans, and they don't know. And that's the only way we reach out and touch them. And then so, we have an event that we enjoy putting together. That would be the Welcome Home Vietnam Veterans. There's only 3 in the whole state, and we do one of them as the Warriors Association. And that way you're all welcome to please come over, set up table there again. And then, you know, we mentioned setting up a table, going to these events, because that's what, you know, kind of where we are able to mingle and give out all of the information that we have. The shared goal is exactly what, the same way that to be able to get a veteran a job. And there's a lot of success stories, you know, there's been a lot of homeless, you know, things people gang being able to SSBF, be able to get some of the veterans in a hotel, you know, Ray will jump in there and help out too. So those programs are outstanding to be able to help the veterans and then eventually get them job ready, but utilizing other resources like such as the PFED, you know, and maybe some grants, VRP grants, and thank goodness the HVRP is coming back. That's like a big heavy hitter in a convoy. That's like losing your buffalo in a convoy. You all don't know what a buffalo is? That's the dude that finds that big exploded defense IDs. Yeah. So we got it back now. So Jen, we reaching out to you, man. And then so we're really happy about that one. And then coordinating with multiple agencies, you know, that's us. You know, we coordinate together, we work together, and we put everything together as a whole. We go to a homeless veteran meeting that's hosted at the United Way every Tuesday at 2 p.m. And that's where you'll find Kevin and I, Danny most of the time because I'm over at the nation, so we got to split the, you know, we got a battle buddy this thing, this mission, you know, and then so Ray will be there, Danny will be there, Billy will be there, and then so we all together here as partners work together to be able to assist and help our veteran brothers and sisters, regardless of what, you know, whether they're a return customer, once, twice, 3 times, we just don't give up on them, we just keep on at it. And then eventually have a success story like Ray's, you know. I got my own success story. Sure, we all got our success stories, you know, but I myself, Mr. Dave Brown, if you ask me, Mr. Dave Brown, I would have lost my house too. You know, it's just, and in that full circle, like Ray was mentioning, I utilized, the only thing I didn't know was what WorkSource had. I didn't know about the EMP, I didn't know about the EMP, but it's okay, I know it now, so I can share that, you know, and that's where it's at. If I didn't encounter it, what we do, you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and now that I know it, I'm gonna share it. Make sure that those veterans know about it, and that's where it's at, you know, we have to share what we know, and it's an ongoing, process, and the Yakima Nation really, needs all of these things that we have outside our government, and that is what my job is, and I have to keep on doing a good job there to be able to, you know, thank you, Ray, it's gonna help us out. We're gonna have on the 22nd, a barbecue mini, paddle out there too. You're all welcome to go, please. We start at 3, and it'll be over like at, we're not dancing, the tires, you know, so we're gonna be able to do that, and then,
It's gonna be working.
but,
Yeah.
did I go already?
I could go with you.
10 minutes, I don't wanna go, you got 4
You're gonna need some.
So, you know, the one thing that I wanted to talk about was, at the end here is, we need some grant. We're having something called a camp shelter. I don't know if many of you know about it. It's a camp that's inside the Yakima Nation that, is geared for, veterans that have PTSD. I've attended it for just like 3 days, and I mean, it was very, very awesome to be there. It's a cultural healing, camp, and we just didn't have the money this year, to be able to accomplish that. And then hopefully next year, if we do have that, I welcome all veterans to go ahead, or anybody that has the passion to help a veteran out, to please attend that, or at least learn about it, because it's an awesome camp. And then, so that's why we're having a little barbecue, hot dogs, burgers, salmon, in the meeting powwow. So you're all welcome to come. Yeah. Thank you, Wurl.
What a great partnership. I love these guys. This is awesome. Thank you so much for presenting, talking about the collaboration. So WorkSource, going back to WorkSource, it's not just a provider. I think we talked about it. It's a launching point. A great example of meeting veterans where they are. When I give an example, Bruce Davis, who's the CVSR veteran over in Moses Lake in WorkSource Central Basin, he goes to a VSO hub in Moses Lake and goes there about once a week, and it's different partners that come in and serve all different needs. And I know that some of these this is going on in other places as well. This is a great way to provide that seamless support in a one-stop type, partner type concept in the area. There's also monthly, I want to talk about monthly outreach over at Coyote Ridge. So Coyote Ridge Correctional Center, and this has been going on for years, where we have veteran staff come over, GVSG staff, come over to Coyote Ridge and provide services. We're now collaborating with WorkSource, Columbia-based in Tri-Cities, both veteran and non-veteran services over at Coyote Ridge. And it's been so awesome to hear incredible numbers of individuals transitioning. And in addition to that, you know, a lot of people, individuals transition out of correctional facilities. We also help them connect to a DVOP or a CVSR in their local area as well in Washington State. So if they're going from Coyote Ridge to Tacoma, we'll reach out to the DVOP and make sure that they connect, or a CVSR that they connect with the individual as they transition. So what works and what's next? We've learned that co-location boosts trust, employer education enhances hiring, co-enrollment aligned support, and shared case management deepens impact. The future really depends on embedding staff and aligning services. Because when partners align and communicate, veterans get that seamless, consistent support. Warm handoffs and vetted staff, like I mentioned, Bruce in the VSO office, the hub, which build trust and prevent service gaps, such as benefit navigation, mental health support, employment services, and emergency financial assistance. Co-located services and shared case management simplify the journey and improve outcomes. So what's the next step is really deepening these partnerships to make veteran support even more integrated and impactful. So action items. This is where the room comes in. So we invite more partners, whether that's schools, cities, employers, expanding outreach to underserved veterans. So ask yourself, what role really can you play in your veterans' journey? What can we do within our own areas to be able to create that partnership? Look for gaps, see what we can do, be the advocate. As we wrap up, remember that connection is power. Co-host those job fairs, that stand down. Build training pipelines. Stay in touch. And I'll leave you with this: veterans succeed when communities connect. Thank you.
Just another reminder to remind you that these slides are on the website. If you scan your name badge, you can get all of the information from these slides. And then do we have time for a few minutes for questions?
Yeah, I wanted to thank the partners. I wanted to thank Sandra for helping with the slides. Monica, our AD, just appreciate the support. It takes a village. Kevin, Otto, Bruce, for all their help. It's been a great journey over the past month working on this. So now we'll go with questions.
Thank you for what you guys are doing in this partnership here in this part of the state. So I'm from South King County. We have similar partnerships, specifically within the nonprofit sector. One thing that you guys are kind of talking about some of the different training programs and other tracks other than higher education. Are you doing anything specifically in yeah, like any of your training programs? Because with the lack of funding to kind of hire those digital navigators and things of that nature, but the jobs that we're seeing coming into Washington State are going to be built around technology. So getting access to technology, training when not everyone can afford a 4-year college degree or university degree, but a lot of the trade schools are working on that. But how do we get equal access for our underserved communities, especially in this part of the state, where there is no services so much more, especially like on the accreditation side.
So, would you go ahead and answer his thing? Well, during the digital navigating program with the WBA and the Wurl Dallas, to be able to connect and bring that technology in and be able to bring that training, for workshops, and that's where we're at with that, and yeah, it's ended, and I reached out to you to be able to hook up a veteran from that side that reached out to us, that needed a tablet. Thank you for doing that, because I know what you do. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, as far as the technology, devices, we're lacking that, and that is part of the struggle.
So are you talking about the actual training?
Well, yes, the training actually for folks to get access to that training, whether it be, how do you use a laptop, but also, how do you dig the trench to lay the conduit? How do you climb the pole to get that certification to be a pole climber, to lay that fiber? How do you splice the fiber to connect it to the pole? So rather than hiring outside the state, hire your local union members, you have that trusted relationship with those homes, with those businesses, and you're providing jobs to your local community members.
No, so specifically for our employment and training programs, all our training is individualized. So it depends when a client comes in, we do an interest profile assessment. Pretty much what are they engaged in, what are they interested in? And then we try to find trainings that are gonna help them get to that career. We don't push training on clients, mainly because we don't see a lot of success in that. Do we have opportunities for training for IT? We do have a lot of IT, individuals in IT, pursuing IT. We are pushing for digital literacy, bringing that in, because in our communities, that's a struggle. Knowing what a mouse is, learning what a keyboard. Can they work digital on their computer? I mean, on their phones? Yes. But transferring that skills and that knowledge over here, well, transferring that confidence that they have to do that here onto a computer, that's what we're working on. But all our training, for our part, is very individualized, and we do try to connect some of our clients, and we have two apprenticeship programs, and sometimes it's on the website that we're sending, and doing a lot of launching so that they get the training, so.
We also do digital literacy, financial literacy workshops for those until they are ready to start. There's bigger trainings. We just have one for the seniors. It was online dating. You know, it's the big range.
The one thing is you're talking about, laying that line stuff, what we do at the stand now, like I said, it's not home specific. We invite local unions to attend and set up their shop, and they have a welding station. I know one of our big supporters is local 55 Sheet Metal Workers Union at Tri-Cities. They have like a simulation for welding and other kind of tech jobs, or not tech, but hands-on jobs, right? And this year, big supporters, Teamsters here in Yakima, whatever, different jobs that they have under their umbrella. But we invite those just in case there is that veteran interested in, working in HVAC, whether you consider HVAC, tech or not. But it's kind of that pathway, right? Trying to invite these out of the ordinary participants to come participate and open doors to other opportunities for veterans.
That's one
Told you that's how it started.
And leadership is doing for workforce development is seeking training that's currently like in your area, bringing it over here, and working with our clients or current participants when it comes to career exploration to think outside of what they normally see in life. And my example is I grew up seeing agriculture. I thought that was what I was going to do until our program pushed me to explore out and saw that we can transfer those skills to something else. So that's one of the biggest things we do with the career exploration.
We have one more question before we go. That's okay with you guys.
Sorry,
We're good.
Thank you for giving us some your time. I'm piggybacking on exactly what Will was talking about. My nonprofit of 30 years that I founded, we were partners, about 39 of us in digital navigation. WDEA had the program, I think, earlier. They didn't get funded per se in that second round, but those 39 of us, through some bad actors, I would say it like that.
Is there conference that's going on right now? Yeah, so.
Yeah, and so the need for veteran, yeah, and my organization was the only one in the 39 that concentrated on Black and Indigenous people of color veterans. And when we talk about these unserved, underserved, disadvantaged populations, but if we just stick straight with veterans and not even put identity on that, that need is so prevalent, and especially the way we're moving in AI and building out these different data centers in these cities. So it's something leadership, certainly, I'm not telling anyone how to do their job, but that is a high demand. It should be a high demand for the digital navigators and opportunities for them to learn the things, and then also the connectivity to them. So it's a passion of mine as well.
Want to go ahead and follow up real quick. Yeah, we do at WorkSource have digital and the classes. We have computer literacy classes in Spanish and English, so just look us up. We have a lot of training at WorkSource.
We also have the Oculus. Penny, what's the other one?
MetaQuest.
MetaQuest, and we offer those for any type know that
quick
it's
and go home
education
easily.
and training is going to get people out of poverty. A food bank is not, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love our food bank, but food banks are not gonna get them out of poverty.
No, you don't even have to drive. It's right over there.
Okay, so again, thank you, Todd, for the presentation.